Alright, we are back for round 2. This hand is not great. It's basically six mana sources and a Cryptic. Sure, we get to cast Cryptic on turn 3, but Cryptic on turn 3 on the draw is not even that great, and if I draw some more lands or mana sources, this hand just doesn't do anything. I don't think I can afford to keep that. It's not like bad, but it's not great at all. By the way, I wonder if I should not be playing 16 lands because I have a lot of mana acceleration in this deck. Okay, that's much better. I do like that hand a fair amount. Don't really think I want a Wormcoil right now. And I kinda want to keep that in the deck so I can tinker potentially. Oh, Monorad? Ugh, it's gonna be tough. Ooh, I think my deck is very good, but Monorad is one of the deck that could be troublesome. I would love to, keep Daze available here, but I don't think we can afford to do that because losing a land drop is gonna be really bad. But here we are going down to 16. Unless we can top deck Tinker into Wormcoil, I don't think we can win that one. That's gonna be tough, and it's a little bit annoying because I think the deck is quite solid unless I'm playing against Mono Red, which is probably my all-around worst matchup because this deck I think completely destroy any mid-range deck, and it's enough heavy on threat with a couple counter spell, which means that we also have a fairly decent matchup against control and other combo decks. So yeah, I think Mono Red is just the worst matchup we could have asked for. And there's not a ton we might do about that. Pretty much need to hit with that Ponder and do something very strong this turn, otherwise I'll lose. Through the Breach is... I don't know if it's good enough actually. We'll get to... I don't think Through the Breach is really good enough. I'm not sure that we can hope for a better draw though. Yeah, I think I have to pick Through the Breach and hope I can just go down to 8, not get burned, and then use Ulamog to... Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's very good, but I don't really think we can hope for something much better than that. Because I guess if I top deck Tinker or Schwentel, it's slightly better, but other than that, like, nothing is gonna be much better than this. I think we do have to daze that here. Sure, if they cast a Koth next turn, it's really bad for us, but there's not a ton we can do about that. And 4 damage seems like a lot when we are at 8. Okay, Dragon Lord is not the worst actually. Going down to 8 here. Now we kind of have a tough choice between using Through the Breach and using Mystic Confluence. It's kind of close because bouncing creatures is pretty good. It really buys us a fair amount of time. Now we could also Through the Breach. If they sack... They could sack 2 creature and 2 lands. Then it's pretty bad. If they sack all creature, I'm happy. If they sack all land, I'm pretty happy too. They have to sack at least 1 creature, so I would go down to 4, but then they don't have any land. And then I can Mystic Confluence the 2 creature, and they might never be able to recast these creatures. Tough choice. I don't really know if we should Through the Breach or Ulamog first. I think whatever we do, it's not very likely that we die next turn. Because they have to sack 4 things, so... If they keep 1 creature, 1 land, they probably cannot kill us and burn us. If they kill... It's the most likely thing they will do actually, probably keep 1 creature, 1 land. If they keep 2 creatures, we go down to 4. But then they cannot really drop a land and deal 4 with only 1 land. I don't know. I think. And what does happen if I think I wanna. I think I wanna through the breach first actually before I Mystic Confluence. Um. Yeah. Emrakul would be better. She would just sweep the entire board. But yeah. Hopefully this will be good enough. I don't know. It's kind of tough. I think Emrakul would be good game because then I'm at 8. They have nothing left on the board. But here I will probably they will either get to keep some lands or either get to put me down to 4 or to 6, and that's a little bit less good. The good news now though is that I don't think they are blocking. If they are blocking, it's actually great for me. And since they are not blocking, I can just maybe top deck Sneak Attack and win. So there is that. Mystic Confluence can also buy me a bit of time or draw me cards. Ooh, tough game though. And my open start was not even that great. It's pretty good. I mean, turn 1 2-2, turn 2 2-1. It's not bad, but it's not like the best that can, the best of what can a mono red deck do. So they choose to stack all land plus Zurgo, I guess. Which is kind of good because of Mystic Confluence. Oh, they sacked the Mauler. Interesting. Because if they sack Zurgo, then if they draw Haste Creature, it's pretty good for them. So it's kind of weird. Interesting. I don't think they are blocking, obviously. So we'll go down to 4 here. And 4 is not dead. They do have a land. Them boosting the Dragon Lord is good news for us though, so that's cool. We drew Remand. No, I guess that's not the worst. We'll have to bounce both creature, which means they will get to recast Zurgo afterwards, but that's not a ton we can do. Bounce this, bounce that. Yeah, they'll get to recast Zurgo, which is pretty annoying because then they can put us down to 2, and if they have just one burn spell, we die. Sphinx is not extremely helpful. I guess it can block the Zurgo if we draw land to cast it. And actually we do have the Fumarole to block Zurgo. So it might not even be the worst for us. They could just have 2 burn spell, like they could just be, bolting us now and bolting us next turn and we are dead. Tinker. Okay, I think Tinker with Remand backup should be able to win us the game. That was a very, very lucky top deck. Good God. Now I think I might be out of trouble. Let's go. Let's go get the Gearhulk. Not the Gearhulk, the Wurmcoil. Gearhulk would be solid though. I could bounce that, but I think Wurmcoil is a little bit more important. So now we can probably dodge a burn spell next turn because of Remand, and then we can gain life and probably win from that spot. But, whew, God. I guess we are dead to... No. Fire Blast? Yeah, no, that's not gonna do it. Luckily for us. So I guess we drew. That was good timing because we could not really wait a bit more. My opponent did not took mana because they thought we were dead, but woohoo! We got there, and that's really not a good matchup for us. Okay, Spellskite is definitely coming in. Roast and Firebolt might be coming in. Force Spike might be coming in. Shackles, I think, is a little bit too slow against burn, so I don't really want to bring that in, even though it's not bad. I don't really think we want Command. I think Sphinx, Gearhulk and Sphinx are not very good too. We just want to be able to either kill them or gain life, or interact with them, but not really to get value. And I think we can cut a land, because I have a little bit too many lands in this deck, I think. And since I'm cutting Command, I feel fine cutting an island. And I can just add in all these spells. which hopefully will make it a little bit less easy, a little bit more easy to survive early on. Now, I don't really think you can sit behind a library. Well, no, library is just too good to not play. But I kind of want a little bit more red because I add in some burn red spells. I do have still 7 red sources though, which is a fair amount. Finginias might not be the worst, by the way. Channel, I don't know. Channel, I'm not sure is good enough because I don't think we can afford to lose 10 life in this matchup, actually. I think Eureka is fine because it's, you know, on turn 4 or 3, if I have one of these, I just kill them. Channel against Burn on the draw, though. This might be a little bit too much to ask for, right? Because even a Miracle is not going to be lethal, and I would go down to No, I don't think I can channel in this matchup, really. I guess I can channel Wormcarl, though, which is pretty powerful. I don't know if I should leave it or not. I kind of want to put Finginias in the deck because it's a good blocker. I think it's better than Mystic Snake, actually, in this matchup. Yeah, we'll do that. Channel, I don't know. Maybe Channel is just too risky. But it seems like it could be kind of good. So I don't know. I don't think we can keep that. We have a cheap interaction, but we cannot cast Eureka and we have nothing to use with Eureka. I don't really like that hand. I don't really like that hand either. Like, using Kozilek on turn 4 is not going to be good enough. We could keep it and hope that between the Scry of the Mulligan and the Scry of the Temple we draw into some stuff. Maybe I will do that. I'm not sure that going down to 5 is a good idea either. I don't love that hand though. That's interesting. Because we can cast that on turn 2. So let's say they play a Goblin. I think we'll try to do that. It's very risky, it might be wrong, but I think I'll try to do that. If they have Goblin Guide, it's pretty bad though. Gorger is a little bit less damage, but still very threatening. I think we'll keep that on top. Because we'll be at 18. Oh, they do have the guide now. That's pretty bad. They don't have a land though. So here we go down to 6. Then they put us down to 4. But then they are left with no permanent, and it's a 2-turn clock. And we get to draw 4 cards. Since they missed a land drop, they might not be able to kill us next turn, and if they don't, then we sweep their board. And it's really close. It's really, really close. Because we will be virtually at 4. So if they draw land and they have 2 bolts, we die. If they draw a bolt and if they draw a mountain and they have 2 bolts, we die. If they draw a mountain and they have Fire Blast, we die. But the thing is, if we don't do that, we just take 4 each turn, and we cannot really do anything relevant until... Yeah, I think I'll just go for it. YOLO. I'm not sure if it's right, but we left the channel in the deck, so we'll use it. But it might not be the right choice to do that. So let's hardcast Kozilek, draw 4. Okay, Spellskite is a good draw. but I don't really think we can afford to. Well, actually, if we no, actually we can. They conceded. Woohoo! Alright, I did not thought it would work. But actually casting Spellskite is fine because even though we lose 2 life, it means that we can block one of these 2 creatures, so it's kind of the same thing in the end. But turns out we'll not even get to do that. Alright, sweet, we got there. Holy crap. Yeah, I was really not sure about Channel, but turns out we got lucky enough and it worked out. Alright. Again, this was probably the tougher match in the pod, so nice we beat that. Hope you enjoyed that second round. It was pretty short, but quite intense. So yeah, thank you for watching. Feel free to drop a like if you enjoyed that video, and see you for the final.